here. Good morning, sir.
Lino.
How are you doing, sir?
It's on this live.
I will, sir. How are you doing, sir?
I'm okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Sir, I have a Wednesday question for you, sir.
All right.
Because I have every question for every week, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
please, what is the major cause of generational poverty?
Generational poverty.
Yes.
Why some persons are still poor and they hand it over to their children and the children hand it over to their children. You know how I do it? Every time I always take it to the board.
Yes.
Because some of these things, they are beyond just explaining with mouth.
Please do.
Sometimes we have to explain with a board so that you understand what we're talking about.
Yes.
Now, there are different causes of generational poverty.
Okay, sir.
Yes, but then I want to use a curve. Yesterday I talked about it in our training.
Yes.
You know, we do live training on Google Meet.
Yes.
Almost every now and then, and we do these trainings. So let me use this generational poverty hereditary chart, or let's call it a graph. Let's clean this and let's call it a graph. Or if you like to call it a curve, to explain to you why poverty grows from father to anything you are doing. Watch this video, and if possible, tag someone in the comment section. Tag somebody that needs to see this video. A lot of persons have built some level of wealth, and then over time they now begin to decline until they die. They are unable to make it again in their lives because there is a transfer of generation. Just the way you can transfer generational wealth, you can also transfer generational poverty to people, but people don't know this. Now I'm going to use a graph. Now let's imagine that this is, let me reduce it a little and let me take this off. Now let's imagine that this is the graph. Okay?
Yes.
And this is age 10.
Yes.
This is age 20.
Yes.
This is age 30.
Yes.
This is age 40.
Yes.
50, 60, 70. Let's end at 70.
Okay.
Let's imagine that this is age 70. And now, this is the 60s. 60s. I'm saying 60s. This is the 70s.
Yes.
This is the 80s. This is the 90s. This is the 2000s, right?
Yes.
So now let's imagine that your father was born in the 60s.
Yes.
Now your father was born in the 60s.
Yes.
If your dad was born in the 60s, he started living his life from now. He's 10. He's little.
Yes.
He grows like this.
Yes.
All to the point that maybe at his 30, he got to his peak. You understand?
Yes.
And then he started, when he gets to his peak, he will come down a little. Then he begins to maintain at this point in his life, from 50s going, he begins to just manage his life till finally he goes down. So let us name this death age, right?
Yes.
Good. Now you as a son, you are now born. You are born in probably the 80s, or let's say, yes, you are born in the 80s. Normally, you are supposed to live your life like this. The normal course. You're supposed to live your life like this. Go to. Because if your father achieved one bungalow, you're supposed to do one duplex.
Yes.
If your father was able to go beyond that, you're supposed to go beyond your father.
Yes.
Now you're supposed to go like this. Get to your peak. Come down too. You understand?
Yes.
And go like this. Maintain your life at this level. And then
What's it, love?
this is your, yes, this is your death age. You understand?
Yes.
Now what happens is, I'm going to use red to denote this. What happens is, children that are now born, as they grow through in life, they are getting close to getting to their peak. Then they meet their parents here.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Now when they meet their parents somewhere here, the parents will now begin to say, you know, you are our sustenance, so you are the one who sustains us. Without you, you know, we cannot do anything. You see, the way my health is doing me, you see, I'm owing some money. I don't think I can even contribute. Look at what today, like this, my headache. Tomorrow, this, the next day, you know, I need to complete my building. I need to do this. So they become stuck in the level that they met their parents. And then what happens is they struggle within these points to try to take off. But because mostly firstborns, this happens to firstborns. So they struggle within this period, and this period they are trying to find themselves, they are trying to discover themselves. But because this is the limit that their father has ever got into, he creates a ceiling here. And this boy can no longer move ahead again. He gets to this point, maybe he wants to take a particular risk that is supposed to change his life. Maybe he wants to venture into an investment that is supposed to change his life. Maybe he has money and he wants to use it to do some kind of venture that will change his life, that will push him forward. But because the father has not, or the mother has not been able to cross this, the father now becomes the stumbling block. So they begin to say, I beg you, make no go for. If you don't go far now, at the end of the day, you know, if you can't help us again, maybe you will now lose everything. So because of the fear, you are now attached to your father. So at the end, you now begin to decline again because you are using a part of your life to complete their lives, your parents. You are using a part of your life to complete their life. So you now begin to decline with them. In the end, you decline. Maybe if you manage to attain this altitude and you remain here and you go like this with them. So they die and you go forward a bit and you go down.
God forbid.
And when your children come at 90s, they come like this and then they meet you here and you drag them to. All of you begin to go down like this and you go down like this. Now, people who must make it in life must come to a point, at this point in their life, where they must make the decision to either sail higher or go down and maintain this level with their parents till they go down. This is the cause of a lot of poverty. Parents can transfer generational poverty to their children. That is why at Empire, we're giving some people opportunity to do silent investments. You can buy land in your name, buy land in the name of your children. And whatever happens, at least you can hold on to an asset that is increasing in value. It is this point where you begin to see small money that they will start telling you, you see, we need to complete our house. You see, you need to train your younger brothers in school. You see, you need to help with your mother's health. You need to help with your father's health. They are doing social burial in the village. You have to bring money. They are doing this. There's something you need to do. Marry. If you don't marry, a lot of things will begin to play out. If you are unable to discover your true self here and be able to push yourself beyond this stratosphere, this is where you are going to end up at the end of the day. And I hope that with this graph, I've been able to show you how people transfer generational poverty from fathers, from grandfathers to fathers, from fathers to children, from children to grandchildren. We must all fight against this in our various families. At any point you find yourself and anybody tries to trap you in this, tell them, have a meeting with them and tell them, this is who I want to become at the end of the day. This is what I'm driving at. And if you're not comfortable with it, you better recondition your mind to be comfortable with this. Sometimes you have to take the bold step. At some point,